But you can feel it, right? Like they were clearly very influenced by Melville or just that kind of style of writing from that time in like the 19th century. Uh, the just the prose stylists that were like the masters of the craft at the time. Like there really is no comparison, as Sophie was saying. There's just yeah, the sentences are so complex and so beautiful, and like that you really have to admire it for that, you know. And we'll get to like the how's this in the canon, where we think it is in the canon, why is it so like praised in the canon. Culturally, this is so ingrained into us that I mean, people just I was watching fucking Master Chef, dude, because I love Gordon Ramsay, you know. So I'll watch all the Gordon Ramsay shows where he yells at people for like their bad dishes. I love it. But like somebody, it was like a guest judge or something, some big chef came in and she said like, "Oh, you know what my white whale is?" Like that's and I was just like we had just finished reading Moby Dick here for this pod and I was like, it's everywhere. Like it
Yeah.
is so ingrained into the culture. People just oh my people that have never read this book just know what it's about. They know the white whale references. They know how to use it in a sentence like white whale, my white whale, like the Ahab references. Everybody uses these like all the time. It's so ingrained into our culture now that like and that I mean we'll get more in depth to this as we kind of move along, but like I'm just very fascinated by that. Like the cultural impact of a book that I read and didn't quite have the same reaction that I would like when I read like a Shakespeare or something, like there's just something like not that like, I'm going to be oh it shouldn't be in the canon or something or we shouldn't hold it up as highly as we do. Like I don't really care about stuff like that, but it's I didn't get the same kind of in awe feeling that I get when I read some of what we call, some of the older books that we hold up as the greatest or great things that were written before we were born. It's like Shakespeare, some of the Wharton stuff I've read. Again, Wharton's, like 50 years later here. Twain, some of this stuff that you read from this similar time period. And
Yeah.
it just didn't hit me as deeply as that. And that's just a personal thing, right? Somebody could read this like Bloom calls it a masterpiece, and that lecture I watched very eloquently, as always. Bloom is very eloquent, like praised the book, made me question, be like, oh, why do I not get the same feeling that he did from this? Like, why was I more
Well,
bored? Like,
yeah.